Hey, it is peace and harmony with you here today. We are zooming in and focusing in, taking on the topic of why does a narcissist become very highly critical or judgmental? Why do you find yourself maybe caught up in a rut, a trap, or a cycle of tension, sort of appeasing or people pleasing, and then finding that is not sustainable? There's a novelty that wears off. There is something that is not stable, that is not secure, that creates fear, obligation, or guilt, or is just unsettling, disturbing. Understanding a narcissist and why would they be critical, controlling, condescending. What is really sort of the role? Can we take that on? Why would we find that is a predominant trait in a narcissist personality? A narcissist personality is a cluster B, basically the personality disorders in the DSM 5R, if that's the most recent. I'm not here to diagnose or treat, but we're here to discuss. We're here to provide tools. We're here to provide support. So to understand really a narcissist, a cluster B individual with that type of personality disorder, oftentimes they go undiagnosed and just will create sort of function and then dysfunction in their life as well as the relationships of others. But generally there's going to be some impact or dysfunction, especially as it presents in relationships with others, particularly that of their significant other, the people who they are intimate with, married to, wedded to be married to, their family or colleagues, who might work closely with them day in and day out, and then who are subject to with this sort of feeling of criticism, condemnation, judgment, and then slowly a lack of power, feeling that they have the upper hand, the authority. They will then sequentially like weaken the perspective or stance of another. So it literally is, kind of like there's, in the middle, there's a big pile of strength. And then the narcissist will just keep taking away and then through that strength, they'll try to come out as stronger through criticism, through evaluation, through pointing out. So in other words, not showing guiding or the right way. It's designed to disempower and make one turn in on oneself, make one and then turn against oneself, and sort of become an introvert and to stop communicating with the narcissist. So a narcissist will effectively shut down others and create and instill and imprint and basically plant the seeds of negativity, doubt, low self-esteem, and condemnation and disempowerment, which is to weaken another. So if you look at an understanding just sort of strength versus weakness, what does strength versus weakness feel like within you? And it doesn't mean that they're totally separate and distinct, but we're like on a spectrum. So if you can think of strength and weakness as a spectrum, to when are you feeling strong, and then how does a narcissist or a psychopath try to move that lever down to make you weak, make you disempowered, make you not know anything, make you too white, too black, too tall, too skinny, or you're not talented enough, you're not smart enough, your income, you're not interesting enough is usually, the big one. You're too boring, you're a disappointment, is the typical criticism, meaning, the narcissist needs to feed off of others. They don't have that sort of self-sustaining. They will feed off of others, the attention, admiration, gifts, ooh, so the narcissist really has a fuel, which is oftentimes they have that need to be reflected as if. You might consider them vain, superficial, fishing for compliments, needing an ego strip, stroke, needing all the attention, the only one we talk about, all these different things that you might feel that have developed in the course of a relationship with someone who is narcissistic or psychopathic. There's a progressive lessening of the presence power in that relationship, which is through eye contact, speaking, communication, all these normal things that involve you being a person and that are enacted when you have a relationship where you come just into proximity, which means you come into contact. So a narcissist or a psychopath, I mean, they might treat someone at a grocery store, a phone where they can't be seen. They might just start going off on a tirade at someone at a customer service center. You can't peel them off the ceiling. The way they mistreat others very angrily, even people of significance, they might go, and then they're lessening the power of another in order to amplify themselves. In other words, they feel that they are the only one. They are literally not seeing, hearing another. So a lot of people feel that, they never are really sort of embraced, known, or validated by a narcissist, because there's really just sort of like this perception glass that they need to keep others sort of in balance. They need to keep, the malignant narcissist, that's part of their personality is that criticism. It's an instant role, or it's an instant way for someone to get power and I think what you might call significance. A narcissist will get significance, meaning they feel that they are important or significant through criticism, through, and they might know something. They might be able to help you. They might have information, but you can share information and you don't have to disempower others or degrade, devalue, and discard others as part of it. So not everybody knows all things at all times. So this is the state of affairs, but a narcissist will be sure to criticize so they can then escape, scot-free, not being criticized, being perfect, being blemish-free, not being accountable or looking at when they were hurtful, not able to work through that because they do not acknowledge or validate that. Oftentimes they feel that they are always sort of caught up in that need to impress. We were talking about, dealing with teenagers and co-parenting. And, teenagers, especially teenage boys, teenage girls, they're always trying to impress their friends, and it's day in, day out. Oh, you got that crap phone. Oh, you got that crap car. Oh, and so, they're always trying to impress others. And to what degree do you see then how criticism then will help them to always elevate their cause? So it's a quick and easy, cheap way for someone to gain significance. It's like a cheap thrill, cheap sunglasses. If they can criticize, point out, condemn, demonize another, at the micro or macro, this is the ego talking. So realize where the ego lives, its role, and to what degree is it imbalanced and caused you imbalanced suffering or pain, and to what degree can you back off and stop identifying with those judgments. This is good, this is bad, this is so just begin to get some relief, and especially as it relates to relationships. I'm strong, I'm weak, I'm a success, I'm a failure. Realize that oftentimes the after effect can be that weakening ability. So become aware of your strengths and live in your strengths 100%. And just allow that to be. Oftentimes, once you just the cessation of judgment can be your strength. Stopping evaluating can be your strength. So, and what does strength feel like for you? How is that becoming more functional in your life? So you literally know for yourself, not what I'm telling you what strength is, not what peace and harmony, not what someone else is telling you strength is. What does strength feel like within you as an individual human being? And can you write that down? It's an energetic signature. In other words, and it doesn't have to be way up here, in other words, it might be just sort of bobbing along. Buoyancy. And to what degree, is that realized and awakened to and attended to and aware of during your day? And then when you're in pain, oftentimes it's because you're becoming unaware of this. You're becoming more succumbed to the evaluation. And then you realize that oftentimes that's just a product of the person in order, to satisfy their egoic needs while being insensitive to the true needs or presence of another. So understand where that is and then where the boundaries and standards are for you to protect that. So you're around people and energy, situations, and experiences that are authentic, that aren't based on feeling weak, that are based and imbibed with your strength. And know what that is, and know what that is, especially as that continues to progress within your day, your hour, your week, and this year.